In addition to our over 300 volunteers, which do an outstanding job, I do also want to make special note of a group of about 20 people, our championship committee, and a lot of them are here today. And I just want all of y'all to know how much I appreciate all that you do. A lot of your work is done behind the scenes. We meet about 6 or 7 times a year, and you go above and beyond anything we could ever ask for. And quite honestly, those of you that know me know I've worked all over the country at these events, and this group in Knoxville is as good as any championship committee on any tour for that matter. So certainly appreciate all that y'all do. I also want to say a note of thanks to our operations director, Jamie Stokes. Jamie's somewhere in the audience. Jamie does an awful lot of work behind the scenes. A lot of it's grunt work, and a lot of it's, like I tell him, it's work that I don't want to do and I pay you to do. So Jamie, I certainly appreciate all that you do. A lot of good things happening on the Web.com tour. I want to touch on just a couple of things. Web.com took over the sponsorship from Nationwide just over a year ago. For those of you who frequent the Golf Channel, you're seeing their commercials run all the time. They've signed a 10-year agreement. A lot of positive things with Web.com. It's been very exciting. We're also having some eligibility changes moving forward. The only way to get to the PGA Tour is going to be through playing through our tour. We're in a very fortunate position in Knoxville. We're the next to last event in the regular season. Not to get too complicated, they're going to take the top 75 players off of our tour, plus numbers 126 to 200 from the PGA Tour. They'll have a 4-week playoff in September to give out an additional 25 cards that used to come from Q School. And at the same time, the top 25 players on our tour will continue to be guaranteed a PGA Tour card. So really good stuff for our tour. It's going to be the only way to get to the PGA Tour and going to bring a lot of excitement. One other note on Web.com, they will be conducting a small business forum that's going to be free to small businesses that are interested in developing websites, developing some of their social media and marketing. We should have the dates and location towards the end of this week, and we'll let everybody know about that. But another very positive initiative that they're bringing to this tour. Before we get into Wes and Scott, I do kind of want to tell you a little bit of story about yesterday because it was kind of chaotic to say the least. I flew into Nashville, drove up here, got here about 3 o'clock, flipped on the CBS, checked in on the golf tournament, and all of a sudden I start seeing it's a rain delay, and I'm like, okay, that can't be good. Where's Scott? So I flip on my computer, I'm going to check and see where Scott is in the tournament, and Adrian calls me and goes, we got a problem. And I go, yeah, I'm aware of it. I'm trying to figure out where he is right now. Well, the computer's had him only playing 3 holes at the time, and it's probably 3:20 at that point. I had a meeting with Patrick Birmingham at 3:30, and I don't like walking in and going, Patrick, how's it going? I got a problem. So anyhow, that's what I did, and he goes, what's the problem? And I said, well, there's a rain delay in Greenbrier. And he goes, okay. And I go, Scott Stallings. And he goes, okay. And I go, Scott may not get here. And he goes, oh, that is a problem. So Scott actually texted me about 20 minutes later and said, hey, bud, I don't know what to tell you. We got some bad storms here. I don't know, what's going to shake out. And I said, I totally understand. Keep me up to date. I mean, I've been in this long enough. I realize we've got about an hour and a half window for you to get teed off and get finished, or you're not going to make it. And in the meantime, I'm texting Wes Roach going, Wes, hey, where are you, buddy? Are you in Knoxville? He goes, yeah, I'm here. And I go, I might have a big problem. Can you help me? And I said, I'll call you in a minute. And I called Wes, and he said, look, I'm here. I'm not flying to Utah. He's flying out at 2:30 this afternoon to go to the Web.com event in Utah. And he said, yeah, I'll be there. Just let me know what you need. So a special thanks to Wes for making himself available. Good karma. It kind of worked out. He's flying later. And then as most of you realize, Scott was actually on the 9th hole and not the 3rd hole. The computer was wrong. He finished about 7:30, was able to do a little dance with his flights, and was able to get here. And he texted me about 9:45 last night and said, I'm in Knoxville. I'll be there in the morning. So Wes and Scott, appreciate both of you very much.